Thank you for the patience, everyone. Thank you for the patience. We were having some technical issues with logging on. Obviously, our tech team got right to it. Okay, welcome to the Monday Q&A call on the speakerfocus.com platform. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO. Proud to be here answering any and all questions pertaining to growing your speaker business. Auston and the entire tech team truly appreciate your patience. This is a world that we live in where sometimes you have some technical difficulties. We appreciate your patience. As the room is continuing to fill up, we had to resend the email back out. But we are here and we are making power moves, making it happen. Let's jump right into it. You know the drill. If you have a question, by all means, use the raise hand feature and I'll be right with you. We are going to get into specific dialogue this evening about some pain points that you're having. Let's be real specific about your line of questioning. Let's talk about what you aren't doing well, what you don't understand, what needs to be fixed, and we would jump right to it. Obviously, we want to hear any success stories that you're having. We want to help you negotiate through booking some speaking engagements. We want to know about your follow-ups. Many of you are really growing at a different level than you were last year, and that is really comforting and good to know that you were struggling before you joined the platform, and even while you're struggling while you're on the platform, you are acquiring the necessary skill set so that the struggles become few and the successes become more, and that's what it's really all about. I see Alex Bryant. Let's go. Allow to talk. Alex, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey, pretty good, KTR. Totally understandable, especially in this age of digital stuff, that happens all the time. I guess I would share like some success moments. I know I sent you a speaking thing to check, and I saw you show the progress of like how I struggled at the beginning of like reaching out to these event coordinators and stuff in the language and getting these submissions in.
Yeah, and it's getting better.
Getting better. Yeah. So I'm down to the negotiation stage with 2 of them right now. So Trevor having a speaking engagement in June and then another one in September.
Good.
Yeah. So, and then one of them I do want to bring up too is this was brought up in, I can't remember which module it's in. So if you're not there yet, just know it's coming. In regards to like, okay, someone can't pay your fee, but you can help them with like finding ways to find more funding. That was like a huge for like one of the speaking engagements that was able to pay and got the sponsorship. So I just want to let people know that doing that idea as a negotiation menu kind of thing, that's one way to do it. Still pay your fee, in full. So yeah.
So in other words, you had to get creative by creating a partnership through a sponsor to cover Trevor's full fee for the speaking.
Correct.
Okay, and you suggested that to the meeting planner, and they went for it, obviously, because it was a great way for them not to come out of pocket, and it was successful.
Yep, exactly.
Well, that's what happens when this is what happens when you have the balls of guts enough, more important, the willingness to utilize the strategy, because you know me. I'm loquacious just like everybody else on this platform, but I don't like wasting words. And when I say something to you, when I recommend something to you, when Auston makes a recommendation or it's flat out in the curriculum that you can revisit every single day if you need to with 24-hour accessibility, it's said to you for a reason, because it all works, and it's a reason why it works, because I've done it the total opposite. And the fact that you had that in your arsenal, Alex, and you were, again, the willingness to utilize the strategy. So let me ask you this. What made you realize that you had to go to that as a resource to get them to be more open to hire Trevor to speak? What made you even go utilize that strategy?
I think it's what you brought to me for notes for last week, for being more passive and not more like, hey, give them a timeline. What's the date? What's all these qualifying factors. I think that was just more of like, okay, these people are a real deal. If they aren't going to take Alex seriously, then they're just going to move on.
Right.
So I kind of gave them up to them, because to that point was like, am I moving on with you, or am I moving? Am I moving forward or moving on?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. I like that. I like the way you said that.
yeah. So, and these people were like, we really want to book him, and I was like, but you can't afford him. And I was like, well, okay, what other ways can we do it so you can afford him? And I was just like, the only way at this point is more funding. You can make up the difference with a sponsorship, and that's basically. And I was like, oh, do you have one in mind? I was like, actually, yes, I do. Here's one that's worked with, that would be willing to pay that bill, and then also we have to do a little bit more, so it makes it worthwhile for both parties and everyone involved. And then they were like,
Yep.
oh my gosh, we really appreciate you. You're the first person who's actually done something like this. Everyone else would have declined and do this. And they're like, you made it so easy and simple. People like it when you give them the roadmap, kind of like what this
Yes.
platform does. You go through
Yes.
module 1, Auston goes through module 5, step by step, creating the website, creating your your speaker info kit, so by the time you're with these event planners, you're not scrambling like, oh crap, where's my speaker info kit? Oh, is my website ready? Is it up to date? Is things are all in place, and you're not just searching, scrambling to find things. And then by that time, the event planners, moving on.
Yes. Let me just elaborate on something, Alex. I always appreciate when you share information because, again, practitioners know what they're talking about. Let's go back to something that you said is that, oh my God, the meeting planner, listen to what the meeting planner said to Alex. Oh my God, no one has ever done that before. Understand this. When you have a marketing machine and you build a predictable and consistent way of managing your relationship with the meeting planner, most speakers don't do the things that we're telling you to do, even high fee speakers. And believe me, we got them all on our platform, from soccer moms to Super Bowl champions, high profile, high net worth athletes, celebrities, entertainers, legions of coaches, TEDx speakers, and consultants, and then some. And even the people that operate on a high level, they simply do not know how to connect with the meeting planner in such a way where it's going to help them do their job. What Alex just, the golden nugget in what he said, let's just keep it real simple. The meeting planner has never experienced anything like that before. And understand this, and I'm sharing this with you because I've been an event coordinator before. Alex has coordinated events before. We've been on the planning side. We understand what it takes to be able to put together an event. But the meeting planning industry as a whole, if you're not aware of it, it is unregulated. Very similar to how the boxing industry is unregulated. That's why anybody can get a promotional license, and that's why it's a lot of things that happen as grimy in the boxing industry. Well, speaking the conference industry, the meeting planning industry, it's not regulated. That means you can have a little mom and pop shop open up that's doing their first event who doesn't know the first thing about hiring a speaker. They don't understand the line items necessary in order to do an event.
Yeah.
From whether or not it's a buyer's or seller's market when you're booking a venue or working with the catering and the banquet staff. Logistically, they don't understand what it takes to book a speaker. It runs literally the entire gamut. So you're dealing with the unregulated industry, and that's where you're going to have inconsistencies. And a lot of meeting planners don't know how to engage a high fee speaker. So what did Alex do? He utilized the strategy from the speaker negotiated menu and he offered them a sponsorship. Well, Alex, do you know anybody? Actually, I do know someone. Remember what's important, Alex, and please finish by all means if you have more to share. We love it. Remember that your job as a professional speaker is to create partnerships. And the more value you can bring to the table, it's going to allow you to be able to close that booking. And you want to have as many resources as possible. And when they are deciding who they want to speak, guess what? They wanted to hire him to speak, but they just didn't have the budget. So he had to get creative and he still closed the booking. That's what you should be doing with your speaker business every single time, because you never know when you're going to need that again, Alex.
Oh
Great
yeah,
job, by the way.
that's true. Thank you. I guess the
Uh-huh.
thing I would also add to, so like this gala, this is the third year, you know? So when you're talking about, like, people don't know how to understand how to book catering and book tables and book, if you got the logistics, mics and all this other stuff. And,
Yep.
you know, and that's one thing that we have in our, you know, everyone's speaker info kits is sort of at
Uh-huh.
like the wiring and the what we need, and then the questionnaire, you know, how do we better suit, do we have all the supplies and stuff that we need? But I guess the part I wanted to bring up was just because they're like an early gala, you'll know which ones have been like, they know, you know, they're working like oiled machines, you know, this is their 85th year, their 50th conference,
Yes.
you know, because they've done it. They know when to book speakers, they know when to get things set up, they know when to send the fee
Yep.
over, you know.
Yep.
But with the early ones that like, oh, this is our inaugural event, or is this a one-time thing, or anything like that, this is when you definitely have to bring more of the logistical planning to the, or make it at ease in regards like this for the speaker part, like, okay, Trevor's coming in from this time to this time, he's out by this time, is someone going to introduce him? Yes, no, you know, and just keeping the points very simple is that makes it so much easier on their end, because they don't know what to expect from Trevor, so they can focus on everything else that they need to put together. So yeah, that's
Point,
it.
Alex.
Yeah,
Are you still there?
yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah. Again, those are other great points. See, a lot of speakers, they're so self-promoting, and all they're worrying about is getting the booking. No, they're not worried about getting the booking, because if they were, they would be focused on how you can help the meeting planner do their job better, which is
Right.
in fact one of your jobs. But they're so busy trying to get on stage and run their mouths that they don't understand that this is a phrase that I coined many years ago. The speaking industry, when you get the booking, this is the hardest, easiest money that you're ever going to make in your life. Now, the hard part is you actually learning how to put together a deal. And Alex, would you agree that every single coordinator is different?
Yeah, everyone's unique. You know which ones have done their work and which ones are still trying to figure it out.
Yes, that's why I have to educate you, because a lot of people don't understand that this business isn't regulated by a governing body. It isn't regulated by like one set of rules fits all. No, meeting planners are out there willy nilly, don't know what they're doing. Those, especially the ones that's looking to book a low fee speaker.
Yeah.
Now you got the high fee coordinators. They know exactly how to engage you. Like Alex said, they know exactly what sales tools to look for. This is why we teach you to put your speaker business together where it's ready for the meeting planner. Alex, notice whenever you come up with an example, you don't ever say, "Oh man, KTR, I got right there and my sales tools weren't together. The messaging wasn't organized, or this wasn't done the right way, or the website this, or da 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 da." No, Alex took the time to build out everything with Trevor's brand and take it to a whole nother level. And it was pretty freaking amazing before he started with speakerfocus.com. But he took the time to build it the right way. So he doesn't have to be concerned about that right now. Now he's into the negotiating side, which that's a whole nother skill set that you need. But Alex, by the way, I do need to point this out to you. I can clearly see when you were sending your marketing language through the emails,
Yeah.
because you send us everything, and you have gotten better at being able to position Trevor's brand and explain very clearly what he does, because you've been putting out a lot of respond to speakers and call for speaker action, things of that nature, and you're doing an amazing job. See, what you've done is you keep getting better. It's the marketing language is all situational. There's a baseline, and then you just have to tweak,
Yeah.
customize, snatch out a sentence or two, or add something based upon the coordinator who you're talking to. And that's why you're getting better at it. And I see it right before my eyes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, you're not reinventing the, yeah, exactly. When you're going through this program, you're making the wheel, and then by that time you're just refining it, making it better, adding alloys and trims and all these kind of things to it. It's
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just
Sounds
an
like what you're
encouragement.
doing is it sounds like what you're doing, you got a nice chrome package on your rims, on your wheel. You got some nice chrome shiny rims that, by the way, it's turning a profit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're getting
That's
the
all that matters.
return on investment for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You got your original coaching feedback, that they invested in, and now they're above and beyond all of that out into the marketplace making mistakes. Anything else you want to share?
No, that's all I had. I'll share some more updates through email tomorrow to you and Austin.
Absolutely. Just listen, keep doing what you're doing, and remember that another thing I like what you're doing as well is that I know a lot of times when it comes to sales that it makes you feel uncomfortable when you have to push, when you have to do the follow up, you have to get an answer, get to the yes or no as quickly as possible. And sometimes that just takes you being shrewd. And what was that thing you said before, Alex? You said either move
Moving
on or
forward.
do what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
moving
move on or
forward or
move
moving
forward.
on.
Yeah, moving forward or moving on.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's all about. It's not, we're not in business to get upset with anybody if it's not a good fit.
Yeah.
What we're in business to do is get to the yes or no as quickly as possible. And
True.
you cannot allow people to waste your time. And most people, what I always say to people, Alex, in closing, is my kind of honesty is not for everybody, but most people seem to appreciate it. So if we
Right.
could just be authentic with each other, if you could tell me whether or not there's a budget there, if it's a good fit or not, give me some feedback. If it's not, no problem. I have no problem with us walking away and us possibly doing business later down the line. See, if you're upfront like that with the coordinator, and especially when you add additional things that they don't feel like speakers normally don't help them with. You know why? Because speakers are assholes. They normally leave the coordinator out there all by themselves and all they try to do is take and pillage. That is what most do. And Alex, that's the reason why they put it out to you and told you I never had a speaker recommend that I get sponsorship and brought something to the table. You help her help you make money. And that's what we want you to do. And it takes you to be savvy. It takes you to just follow the speaker negotiated menu and all the strategies. If you look deep enough and you look in the modules and you study and stop watching so much damn TV, you can get better at this business and turn a profit. Alex, we love you, brother. We admire you. And I sure as heck believe in everything it is you're doing. I can't wait to hear more. We're going to move on. I love success stories on the speakerfocus.com platform. Man, how can you not love a person who is willing to do the work? He's done everything we ever asked him to do, and he's constantly getting better at it. Okay, Alex, people are telling you great job. Let me see. Anybody else? I see some other messages up there. People were saying they couldn't hear any audio. Let me see. If anybody else has any more questions, by all means, use the raise hand feature. Roger Poussard, he just raised his hand. Roger, I'll be right with you. Let me just go back to my other screen. Okay, Brian said he was on. I know we were having some technical difficulties at the beginning of the call, and we had to resend the email out. So we do apologize for any tardiness that we had. Roger Poussard, talk to me, brother. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Roger,
sir.
are you there?
Yes, sir.
There
I can
we go.
hear you.
You were muted. Yes, sir, Roger. How are you doing today, brother?
I'm good. So that little video I sent you, that was like just a tease. I just wanted to see if I was going the right direction, and you said it was good. So I'm going to do it over.
Yeah.
Do it a little better. And then now I'm looking at Fiverr for an editor. And the price range goes
Okay.
from 20 bucks to 150. So I don't want to go too cheap, but I don't want to waste money. What is your
Yeah,
suggestion?
well, a suggestion for Fiverr?
Yes,
Okay. Well, first of all, let me address the video that you did send, and
yeah,
it's in alignment with who you are, Roger. All the compliments that I've ever given you. Your signature programs are outstanding. Your your subject matter expertise is unparalleled. It's unmatched in your space. Period. You are a leading authority with what you've done in the book that you wrote and the subject matter or the knowledge base that you have surrounding Haiti is just phenomenal. It blows me away every single time. So when I saw the video, I'm like, okay, well, that's just who he is. Like Roger, really, with you, we don't even need to worry about you speaking. It's not like we're asking you to go to Toastmasters and learn how to get better. That's not your challenge. We don't need to worry about that. Now that you have great content of surrounding your subject matter expertise, now all you need to do is structure your speaker video demo. So the examples that I sent you back in the support ticket, what that will allow you to do is have a baseline to go off of. Yeah, honestly, you're being featured by national media outlets. So you want to make your speaker video demo look professional. So you don't want to pick the cheapest. You don't necessarily need to go the highest because you can still get a quality job. But now it's just about text overlays. What does your intro look like? What is some of your signature programs? Remember the what you did was set a great example of what you speak about and the authority in which you speak on it. Now what you got to do is structure it so it has formatting. And that's why I sent you the examples, because when you look at the speaker video demo, you will see an introduction. Now it's your job to be able to get the editor the content, which is now watch this. If you look at the example that I sent you for Dr. Krishna,
right.
She's from South Africa. Dr. Krishna used her Zoom videos and put together her speaker video demo from Zoom videos, from her clients and other interviews that she did and speaking engagements that she did online. So it can be done with the green screen, with the background that you have, or you can pick another background. Take those clips, give it to the editor, let them do an intro, outro, fly in some of your signature programs here and there. Boom, 3 to 5 minute speaker video demo done. Borrow some ideas from the examples that I showed you. You should have the checklist for the speaker video demo and the website and the speaker info kit. Did I not send you that? Yes or no? Okay. So get the content organized, send it over to the editor, set up a Fiverr account, pick someone, look at their work, look at a couple of reviews, pick the top 3. If you want me to look at some of the work and check them out for you and vet them, we will. We've done it before. And then choose one, pay them, let them send you back a draft, and then approve it, and then get it done and move on to the next sales tool that you need to do, because now you're actually moving forward and doing the things that you're supposed to do so that the sales tools do the talking for you. We want you on the stage doing the talking, but somebody's got to pay to hear that subject matter expertise. You got it?
Yes, I do. Now, this is my pain point.
Okay.
I've never done marketing, really. Now, I can get that video. I understand what you want me to do. I got that down, not a problem. What's the next tool I should build? The website or the one page?
Website really isn't important until you get to module 5, until you want to launch and do outreach. However, a lot of our students set up the website when they are in module 2, which is identifying with the target market, setting up all of your sales tools. But the speaker info kit is another resource. I mean, our students are getting amazing results through Fiverr. We got a lot of our students use Fiverr, and or they either have their own graphic designer. No matter how you look at it, the speaker info kit is very comprehensive. It takes time to organize all this content. Video editing could take just as long, whether or not you're doing pre or post production. However, the thing that's the easiest, without a doubt, is the website. Because all you have to do is if you're utilizing our template, which is in module 5, Austin walks you through how to use the
Okay.
Webflow template, and
Okay.
it's a plug and play. You literally can have it launched within hours. Many of our students have utilized that, whether or not they didn't have a budget or whether or not they just felt good utilizing the template. Ramon Rohn is one of the best examples of what happens when you utilize it. He crushed the simple template and added his content to it. Now, some people, they want more of a higher bred version of a website, which is fine. It's like the sales tools, Roger. It's one of these to each its own. The sales tools has got to match your brand, but I will also say this: you need to start where you are, and don't be intimidated about marketing and branding, because guess what? I remember a time when I didn't understand about anything. I didn't understand about web design. I didn't understand about graphic design. I didn't understand about branding, how to put these tools together. But this is why you have a checklist. This is why you have support. This is why we have the Monday Q&A call. This is why you can reach out to us whenever you like, because you don't have to worry about being stuck.
Okay.
You just have to do the work. So what I'd
Okay.
say is set a timeline. It sounds like you're moving in the right direction with your speaker video demo, and it feels like that. First of all, the content is amazing. Now you just got to give it to an editor and organize it in such a way. See, the editing is going to break up what you're talking about and place it where it needs to go, so it adds the value to the meeting planner. And that's what you should be studying about those other speaker video demos that I showed you. So
Okay.
then you should set a timeline on when you want to finish your speaker info kit. Go get the content first: pictures, web address, website, signature email address, testimonials, and everything else that's in there. And then pick a timeline for when you feel like you're going to get that done, and start working towards that. Don't focus on anything else except for the speaker video demo. Knock that out first. Then you can actually get the content sent over to the graphic designer and kind of have all of it working at the same time if you want,
Okay. Okay.
or do one at a time. Don't get overwhelmed, Roger, but don't stop, and don't get
No,
distracted.
no, no. I can't
You got
stop. I can't stop.
it? Okay. All right.
Thank
You're
you.
doing an amazing job. You're very welcome. You got any other questions?
No. That's enough. That's enough for now.
Okay.
All
I'll be
right.
talking to you real soon. Okay, brother.
I'll be emailing you this week too.
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing it. Great
Okay.
job on the video again, by the way. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm. Ladies and gentlemen, even when you're not all the way sure, Eileen Peters, I'll be right with you. Allowed to talk? Yep. Boom. Eileen, you there?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Hey, Eileen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, KTR. I'm getting there. I'm trying to finish this by the end of this month. And so
Okay, good.
I'm
What's
working.
that? And what exactly are you working on?
Okay, I have the webpage, and I had sent you some information, and you were telling me that I needed to put the speaker info kit into the webpage, but I had the information about the speaker info kit in there. I do have my testimonials and the pictures and all of those
Yes.
things. So is it
Okay.
something that I left out of the speaker info kit that you're saying I need to add to it?
Okay, let me be clear about what it is that you sent me and what it is that I saw. At the end, I'm going to work from the end to the beginning of the email that you sent me. So what I did say at the end was, if you wanted to keep it the way it was, that it's okay, because you can start where you are without overcomplicating it. And then to simplify what I said at the beginning, what I saw that you did was you had a lot of large images of your credentials, like degrees, awards, citations, certifications, commendations. You had a lot of those things as pictures on the website. Those things are supposed to be actually inside of the speaker info kit, is what I was saying. So it wouldn't be such a large image and take up so much real estate space on the website, because number one, it takes time for those images to load, and it just looks more professional if you just had like a page or two and you had your credentials, maybe if they were labeled what they were, I'm certified in this, this, this. You could create a page for that if you want to inside the speaker info kit. And then the speaker info kit should be a downloadable link. It's right under your speaker video demo. It should say, click here to download Eileen's speaker info kit. And then once it's downloaded, they will see your signature. The first page should be your speaker one sheet, which doubles as the signature program page, all four of your mental health topics. The next page should be your bio page. Then you should have all four of your signature programs broken out individually on page 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then it goes into books that you've written or going to write. Then it goes into one of the pages, Eileen, which is what I suggested you do because it looks cleaner. It presents better. It looks more professional. If you were to take all of your credentials and create small images, let's say you probably had, like, if I'm not mistaken, like 6 to 8 certifications or whatever the citations or degrees or whatever it was. You can take those images and put them on one page of the speaker info kit. But you've got them all over the website, which looks a little sloppy. But like I said, it's passable. If you could just start where you are, I wouldn't be mad if you just left it like that. If it was booking you speaking engagements, but obviously I want you to put your best foot forward. And that's why I said take that off of the website and put it inside of the speaker info kit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, so when you say put it inside the speaker info kit, is that the tabs that I have on the website? Is that what you're speaking of?
That's a separate document. Remember, the speaker info kit is located in module number 1 of the speaker toolkit. I have an example of my speaker info kit. You sent me your speaker info kit. It was in a PDF document.
Yeah.
You sent it to me. You had the testimonial pictures, the pictures with you and Nikki Giovanni in there, and a bunch of other pictures that you had. You finished the speaker info kit. That is supposed to be added as a link that says click download Eileen's speaker info kit here. When they click that, that opens up to the PDF document that has all that information in there that you already sent me. That should be a link on your website.
Okay, so that's what I'm not understanding. I guess, and that's what I'm not, saying clearly to the person that's working on my website. So she had.
I tell you what. I forgot that you had. Well, I didn't forget, but I was just getting ready to say. What's your web designer's name again?
Amir.
I'm sorry, the phone cut out. What was it?
Amira.
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 Okay, so have Amira send a support ticket, or either you send a support ticket, CC Amira on it, whatever the case is, and then I could reply to her and let her know exactly what needs to happen. I could send her an example of a website of students of how it's supposed to be set up, or that's actually inside one of the modules. It's real easy. I can show her exactly where it's supposed to go, exactly what format it's supposed to be in, and then we can go from there.
Okay, that's great. Okay, the other question I have is about the video also. So the video is supposed to go on the web page also?
Yep. If you look at the example in module number 5, if you look at the Webflow template, it will show you exactly where everything is supposed to go. Remember, Eileen, I'm glad this is coming up because a lot of our students are struggling with this. Remember, it is very important that the website not be set up the way you feel like it should be set up. Remember, marketing is a skill. And what we're teaching you is to have the website constructed where it's set up, where when the meeting planner reviews it, it makes you more marketable. It's set up so when they go to your website, the first thing they see are the 4 signature programs. Then they're supposed to have that speaker video demo right under that. Then under that, it's supposed to be download Eileen's speaker info kit right here. See, they can see everything right there on the home page to your website. Then they can do some clicking around. Oh, let me open up her extended bio, about tab. Boom. Contact tab. Boom. Drop down menu if I want to hire her to speak. See, speakers make this too complicated, Eileen. And the reason why we scaled it down is where we want to make it so that it has everything on there that doesn't distract the meeting planner.
And I
So
think what
if you-
she's doing is setting it up the way she seems to think that it should go. So when I convey the message to her, she does what she thinks, and I'm not saying exactly the way it needs to happen. So if she would send a support ticket, what would she need to say? What are the corrections to the website or what?
Yeah, no, the only thing she needs to say is, hey, Eileen, told me that it was a misunderstanding with the way the content was supposed to be on the website. She is actually a good designer. I already saw your website. It looks nice and clean. It's just that the placement of the content is not in the right area. And then we're having a misunderstanding about where the speaker info kit is supposed to go. And I know that you designed your speaker info kit. I know Amir designed the speaker info kit because you sent it to me.
Right.
I remember seeing it. What she did was she took the content and kind of put too many images and it just looks sloppy. We can clean that up. All those images need to be inside that speaker info kit and that website would look so much cleaner because I actually like what she did.
Okay.
And I sent you some feedback about that. Listen, you're not
did.
far off. You are not far off at all. This is just minor adjustments and it's okay because I remember when I launched my first website, I didn't know what I was doing. I had to figure it out. But you don't have to suffer the way I did. It's okay. Just send a support ticket and I will point her in the right direction and we'll make it happen. If there's anything that's out of my pay grade, I'll get Auston involved.
Okay. Well, I clearly don't understand what's going on, but so I will definitely refer her to send the support ticket. The other thing is, can you send me an example of the speaker video like you was telling the other person earlier? Because I've gone through the modules and I didn't see an example of the speaker video because I want to talk about the signature programs. Is that correct?
Yes, it's actually it is in there. It is in there, but don't worry about it. When you submit a support ticket, I will send you the top 10 students from the most simple speaker video demos to the ones that are the higher end, because we got all kinds of examples in there. Edward Mosley Jr. is a great example. Dr. Krishna Ravnus is a great example from South Africa. Ben Hall is a great example. I'll send you all of those links, and then you have a baseline to work off of, and then all you got to do is just put your own flavor on it for your speaker video demo. Remember, you're just like Roger. I'm not concerned about your ability to speak and deliver the content. You just have to be able to get the content to an editor, because editing is what it gives the video. It gives the video movement. You don't want this. You don't want them looking at a talking head shot the entire time. You want some editing happening. You want some images in there. You want some other videos in there. That's what gives it character. And you need a unique editing identity for your brand.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I needed to hear.
You're very welcome. Listen, Eileen, you are the subject matter. You're the mental health subject matter expert. All you got to do is keep speaking and let us help you, and then delegate the stuff that you don't understand to the people that you got in place right now. Believe me, you are not that far off. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. Now, just like I asked Roger. So once we get on the same page with the web designer with tweaking the speaker info kit and getting the website organized, because it sounds like you got everything done except for the speaker video demo. Would that be correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So what is the timeline of when you're going to finish the speaker video demo?
I will, after I look at the other speaker videos, I can do that by the end. Well, today is what? I can do it this week because that's not a problem. I can do it this week.
Okay. If you get stuck, just submit a support ticket. Remember, support@speakerfocus.com. We will point you in the right direction. Eileen, you're at a critical juncture with getting ready to start doing outreach and going to the market.
Right.
I know that some of this stuff has been a struggle, but you're almost there. I mean, you literally have your hand on the doorknob. You are turning it. You just haven't opened it up yet. So we have to really focus and clean up these little things for the website and the speaker info kit, which you have the majority of it done, and then go in and knock out that speaker video demo, and then start moving on to understanding outreach and setting up the sales funnel and setting up the automation and start doing outreach and talking to these coordinators.
I'm ready. I'm ready. That's why I
Okay.
want to get beyond where I am with the webpage. So I will definitely get on top of that and
Yes,
go
ma'am.
from there. All right. Thank you very much, KTR and Austin.
You're very welcome. You're doing a great job. And listen, I'm proud of your progress. I clearly hear more confidence in your voice, and we're in it with you for the long haul. This is the reason why we were built, so that you wouldn't have to, listen, it may take us a while to get there, but we're going to get there together. All right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Talk to you real soon.
All right. Thanks.
You be well. Bye-bye.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. We are... Okay, we are approaching the top of the hour. I don't see any more hands raised right there. So, boom, we got Jonathan King. There it is, just as I was getting ready to do a last call for questions. There it is. JK, talk to me.
Hey, boss, what's going on, everybody? I just have an update, and thanks to you, Doctor, I was able to pick up 3 talks in February.
I love
I
it.
did the guerrilla warfare, just sent out a bunch of emails, and I got 3 different organizations, 3 colleges to say, yeah, come on down. I was a little scared at first, because my first time getting into this business, about what to charge. And I think without having had your guidance, brother, I would have been asking for $500, $1,000, thought I was doing well. But I put some faith out there and said, okay, I charge $5,000. That was a hard thing to do, right?
Right.
And I said, so then, it's like, okay, 5,000, a little bit too much. I said, okay, well, I'll drop it down to 4,000. I'll give you guys a break. I'll drop it down to 4,000. And then, we still did some negotiation back and forth. 2 of them said, we're happy with 3,000. We'll give you 3,000 each.
Okay.
1 hour.
Okay.
Virtual. I never made that kind of money. Okay. And then the other one shocked me, because the coordinator was saying she was ready to pay the 4,000, but her boss came back and gave me a TKO and said, no, we're not going to give you no 4,000. We're going to give you 1,700. So that was the point. That was the point right there where I didn't know how to respond back to her, because I said, hey, I'll work with you guys. I believe in community colleges and their mission and all that. I work for community colleges. I didn't know whether to come back and say, you know what? No, if you don't take this amount, I'm going to walk away. So I just said in the back of my head,
all right.
First time, let me go ahead and take the $1,700. But I really want to know, KTR, when is the best time to come back and say, you know what? I can only accept this amount. I'm sorry, I can't, because I want to tell her so bad. I can only take 2,000. I can't take anything below 2,000. So that was one question. How do you come back and negotiate when a person is giving you a price you don't want to accept? And then the second question was, I think I told you that I got a college that contacted me from Texas. They saw the website, and they started talking about, we want to have you give a talk, either in February or sometime in the near future. And then when they called me, we started talking. They said they didn't really have any diversity, equity, and inclusion plans that were active on the campus. So we went back and forth, and I said, let me give you this instrument, fill it out, and then we can start talking about what I would charge if we did this, like a needs assessment. Long story short, what I found out this weekend when I talked to the president was I totally outpriced myself.
Okay.
I totally outpriced myself. I put in I put in 50 grand. It's like, no,
Yeah.
that ain't gonna happen. So I'm gonna sit back and listen to your words of wisdom. but I really appreciate all of the guidance because I did use your proposal, which was fantastic, but I went too
Yes,
far
thank
with
you.
the price.
Okay, all right, no problem. Well, first of all, JK, let me tell you that again, you're doing the steps. Everything we ever asked you to do on the platform, you've done it, and you've handled yourself as a consummate professional. To get that kind of slap in the face when you operate on a high level the way you do as a consultant, when they come at you with a low fee, obviously it's a little staggering, even sometimes when you're not sure what to charge. And this is the reason why we teach you how to have the proper pricing conversation so that you're not being underpaid, which happens to speakers all the time. They simply do not know what to charge, intimidated by the meeting planner, because guess what? Just like you are acquiring a level of skill, well, what do you think? The meeting planner is getting they're getting a paycheck because they don't do what they do at a high level, even if it's a college coordinator. JK, you still with me?
I'm still there, yes.
Okay, so listen to this carefully. Let's take the first question before I get to the $50,000 proposal. You have to take into consideration the market that you're in. So you're in the college market, and it's always going to be a cap of 5,000 for the college market, just because they don't have the bandwidth budget-wise, and this is why it's so much inconsistencies when it comes to income. This is also the reason why you've got to you got to have a strong signature program that's going to enhance campus life. As you do, and when you do, they're going to go find your money. And in order to be booked with the level of consistency in the college market, you have to price yourself out so that they say yes. Because anytime you go 5,000 and above, especially for the Division I schools, community colleges, or anything of that magnitude, historical Black colleges in specific, it's going to cause too much friction, because that's why they went from 4,000 to 1,700. So what do you do when they don't have your fee? You go to the speaker negotiating menu, and it's two ways to look at it, Jonathan. There's a way to look at it when you're getting your feet wet and it's your first rodeo and your brand is not really out there on the speaking circuit, and you know you need the repetitions in. When you need the repetitions in, I would suggest that you take the 1,700, take the hit on the chin, and then utilize the speaker negotiating menu to say, watch this. One of the things on the speaker negotiating menu one of the things on the speaker negotiating menu would be, would you happen to know 3 other business professionals who would benefit from our professional services? Sure, I know the Dean of Housing at Howard University. Boom, right there, that's one person. Okay, I need 2 more names. That could potentially turn into another $3,000 to $4,000 booking. Now you just got the value of that other money that you lost. You are reinvesting it back into their organization.
Love
This
that.
is how you say it again.
I love that. I love that idea. I wish I would have said that, when I was talking to the lady.
No, that's okay. And Jonathan, another thing, I just want you to slow down because you're a progressive thinker. So I just want you to take your time. It's going to come to you because you're asking all the right questions. You show up on the Q&A. You send us over the emails. You literally sent me over all the emails. And that's how we taught you how to put this deal together. See, every one of these speaking engagements is a deal. And each one of them have got to be approached very gingerly. And you got to know who you're talking to. You got to understand what they're trying to achieve. And then you're going to be able to get your money and see how it all fits in there. And that's why you have to negotiate on a sliding scale. So if you do not get the money that you originally want, if you put out $4,000, don't feel bad, because in the college market that you're gonna get some friction because they just don't have the bandwidth budget-wise to just say off the break, Now watch this. The lady wanted to give you the $4,000, but then she had a boss to answer to, and you know what he said? We got to take that extra money and we got to move it over somewhere else. See, they're always budget conscious. They're always trying to hold on to every $100 because if your budget's really tight, then that's how they're going to do you. And it's like they have to take the, it's one of those things, Jonathan, where it's last hired, first fired.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of things. Okay. So they need to understand the true value of your signature program and what you're bringing to the table. So in order to save face, so that you don't look embarrassed or you don't have to feel bad, tell them that you want to reinvest the revenue that's lost and you want to reinvest that back into their organization, back into the engagement. You are more than willing to do that if you can get a return on that investment. And that comes by way of 3 referrals, copy of the Zoom link or on-site presentation. I need the pictures or the images dropped off to me in my email box or Dropbox or something within a 24 to 48 hour period, or no more than 3 to 4 days. I also want, it's going to be pictures, testimonials, whether or not it's video or written testimonials of key decision makers. All of that kind of stuff right there is worth more than $5,000 worth of publicity. And you can spin that the right way into marketing to get other bookings. That is how you play this game smart so that you're not losing money, that you're actually gaining something. So Jonathan, guess what happens if you sit home and don't take the 1,700?
Nothing.
Nothing. You're not getting any promo. You're not getting any reps. You're not ready to test this brand new signature program out that you created 3 months ago, that you're dying to get on stage, and you cannot test it in the mirror. You got to test it in front of people. You got to test it doing a live presentation. Brother, you can practice all day long, but the coach, it wants to put you into the game. And there's players that perform at a high level in practice that do not perform well on game day. But then there's players that you put them in the game and they perform with a high level of consistency, like a Tom Brady, like a Jonathan King. Brother, you already know what you're talking about, and they need you. Now, we're not going to cry over spilt milk. We don't get in our feelings, JK, when they say they don't have all the money. You got to play the long game, and you're building your speaker business right now. Take the 1,700 and utilize something from the speaker negotiating menu. You know how to present that now.
I love it. I love it.
Do you know
But
how
you know
to
something,
present
KTR?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, JK. Wait a minute, real quick. Just so I know, do you understand now how to present that if they're offering you less?
Brother, I got it all written down. I got it all written down on a sheet of paper, brother. Everything you said.
Okay,
No, I got it all written down. Plus, I'm gonna reach out to her tomorrow and say, hey, are there any other people that you can refer me to that you know of in the business? I'm doing that tomorrow.
Correct. Okay, what's your next question? I just want to make sure that you heard me correctly, and that you have to have the willingness to utilize the strategy.
No, I totally got that, brother. As a matter of fact, I'm so full right now. I'm gonna pass it on to somebody else.
Okay, cool. All right,
Thank
what's
you
the
so
next
much.
question?
I appreciate that. This is
You're
great
very
stuff.
welcome.
Now I
You're
feel
very
much
welcome.
better because I felt bad, losing out on that 2,000. You know what I mean? But,
that's okay. You don't have to feel bad. That's what the speaker negotiated menu is for. Don't worry about it. You're getting the booking, and that's what. Yes, sir. That's what matters. What's the next question?
No, that's okay. I'm good. We're good.
You sure?
Yeah, because I can ask the next question next week.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Well, let's get to the 50K for the proposal. Okay. Now you were submitting that was for faculty or that was for students?
That was for faculty, it was for students, and it was for management. The whole thing. It was going to be like a needs assessment for DEI.
Okay. Now, how many tour dates were you offering them, or how many sessions, how many working hours per session were you offering them for the 50K?
Okay, so for the 50K, we're talking about interviewing, they were interviewing 10 faculty members, 10 students, 10 staff, and 10 people in management. I was going to have another person helping me to do that and also write up a report, right? And present this to the board. And that was going to be over like a 2-month period. So the idea was to do all of this interviewing, find out where they are in terms of the DEI spectrum, and then turn back around and then give them recommendations.
Okay, giving recommendations. So this sounds more like a focus group where you were doing research, gathering information, sharing your discoveries with them, and then giving them a plan of action. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Okay, so perhaps, now remember, JK, it's important to understand that every time you present a proposal, let me tell you something, brother. I learned more from the proposals when they told me no, or I didn't get the money, because the bottom line is you still had to construct the deal. Remember, a speaking engagement is a deal. It's on a deal by deal basis. So this particular deal with the faculty, they said no to it, and I can guarantee you they said no because what reminds me is when I delivered faculty training to Coppin State University. Now, they simply could not handle the $6,000 to $10,000 price tag that I gave them for multiple sessions. I think it was for 10 to 15 sessions. So you know what I had to end up doing? Because Coppin State is in Baltimore. It is a very small college or university. I had to do it. The only thing they could afford was $1,500. I distinctly remember this engagement. This is when I was still trying to figure out what I should charge, how to charge it, playing around with pricing. Do you know the reason why I took the $1,500? For the same reason why you took the $1,700, because it was a drive date. It was less than an hour away from my house, and the lady was so damn nice. She guaranteed me that she could book me for multiple sessions. I said, man, all I got to do is go up there, do a half-day training. I'm getting paid to practice. Yep. Damn right I'm going to do it. See? And what that did was my business model was where yours was right now. I was still experimenting, Jonathan. So when you're experimenting and you're going through that stage of growing your speaker business, sometimes taking less is a freaking win. Mm-hmm. You don't have to look at it like, oh man, they underpaid me. Yes, I'm telling you that you got to get the repetitions in some kind of way. And wouldn't it be nice to get the repetitions in and still test out your signature program? Because all what's going to happen is you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Again, you can't present this shit in the mirror. You got to present it in front of people live and work the bugs out. So now what happens is, now we're to a point, right? We're to a point now where our speaker business has grown. And now we're getting ready. Brother, all you're doing is prepping yourself for corporate and association market anyway, which really, really needs what you have to offer. I know that you have an affinity for the college market, but I'm telling you right now, a couple of tune-ups in the college market and the corporations are going to be all over you because they need what you're offering right now. And you're learning how to market yourself. You're learning how to negotiate. You're learning how to tweak it, adjust on the fly. You got about another maybe 5 to 10 of these, brother. You're not even gonna be on the group call, just like a lot of our students. You know why some of our students don't get on the group call? Because they're out there booking speaking engagements and they utilize everything we taught them, and they really are on their own. They don't need the support anymore because they're learning how to. They have the confidence that they don't have to keep coming back asking questions. So therefore, the frequency of the questions slow down. But it's okay for you to be asking the questions right now because you have to learn how to grow your speaker business. And let me make one more point. Your pricing was too high. You did not understand. See, this is why I tell you all the time, JK, think like the meeting planner. Mm-hmm. Think like the conference coordinator. Had you done a little bit more research, you would have understood that probably Division II school. I can guarantee it wasn't a Division I school, and they don't have the bandwidth to cut a check for 50K.
Right.
This is why you got to ask better qualifying questions.
I was way
See?
over.
And yes, you was way over,
over.
but that's okay. That's okay. It's better to go high than to go too low. And you're learning. You're learning what to ask for. Probably what you should have asked for, to be honest with you, with them, you probably could have asked for, I'm probably going to say, in order to make that work, for them to be able to say to you, they would have even entertained it. Probably, if you offered them something like that, maybe for around $12,000, they may have entertained it.
I was thinking the same thing, about $12,000.
Yep, about 12K is where you should have been to offer them multiple sessions and then share the discoveries. You damn near had to give it away to them in order for them to do it. They listen. Anytime a college sees a double-digit number, they freak out, brother. I'm telling you, it's just the way it is. Especially at the smaller colleges, they don't do that to a Cornell West. They're going to give him 30K to come in there,
right?
Because he has a name. You see, until you have a name, or if you're a reality television star or something like that, they don't get. And typically colleges, if they're going to pay a double-digit fee to hire a speaker, they got to pull from multiple budgets. But they'll do that. Let's say whoever the hottest rapper is, Lil Baby is a hot rapper right now. They'll pay Lil Baby $50,000 to come in to perform at homecoming. You think they won't? Because the kids love it. And the money comes from the student activity fee. That's what makes the college market work. And I'm glad we're having this conversation because remember, you can always get a check from the faculty and you can get a check from the staff. When I told you about that Coppin State University tour day that I did multiple tour days for $1,500. I think I did like maybe 7 to 10. That was right around the same fee that I told you about. And I did half-day programs for them. I did trainings for the faculty, not the staff. But you know what they did? They opened up and gave my name to the athletic department. Oh my God, we got this speaker, Kevin T. Robertson. He's this, he's that. And I ended up doing some other keynotes and things of that nature for the college market as well. When I was doing that, see, I was just tuning myself up to get ready for the corporate and association market. And I have a feeling that you're doing the same. You have so much value to offer in the corporate space because you talk about diversity inclusion, and that topic is not going anywhere anytime soon. And they are desperate to get qualified people in there to speak to their staff about these kind of issues that you are highly skilled at. Your average person doesn't understand the dynamics of what happens with diversity inclusion, but Jonathan King does. You got any other questions?
No, Coach, that was excellent. Thank you, man.
You're very welcome. You're gonna be a superstar in this space one day, brother. Mark my words. You just have to keep taking the hits on the chin and don't get emotional. Remember, whenever we're overly emotional about business, it clouds our judgment and impairs our ability to make an accurate decision. Your temperament is fine right now. Just slow down your process, simplify, and keep asking questions. In about 5 or 10 more engagements, you're gonna be rocking and rolling, brother. I'm very, very proud of you. You're making money. You got your initial investment back on the coaching program already.
Hey man, got it back. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. We're always here for you, JK. Proud of you, brother. Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Love you, brother.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Love you too. Okay, let's go. We're going to get ready to wrap up the Q&A session. I'm going to do a final call for questions. And if I got a few more questions, we'll let it ride. If not, I'll wrap this up. And I am going to have a glass of wine and sit by the fire pit for the rest of the night and do some reflecting. It's been a very, very productive day, a long day. And I feel amazing. I love it when the students get results. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just give some highlights until I see some other hands go up. I want to point some things out. Again, this is the final call for questions on this Q&A call on Monday, January 24th. The year is really started off with a bang. It is flying by. And I am absolutely thrilled when I hear our students getting results. I cannot tell you how excited me and Austin are, and the entire staff at Speaker Focus, when the students actually utilize the strategies that are found on the platform. They call in for support. They get out into the marketplace and start negotiating, facing their fears, learning on the fly. This is the only way to do it. This business is so rewarding in so many ways, but damn it, we want you to be profitable. And the only way you're going to be profitable is you got to set it up the right way. Listen, Jonathan King is crushing it because he did all the work. He got his signature programs approved. He went in there. He was even shaky about his speaker video demo, but he sent it in and it was amazing. Now, do you think the meeting planner will be paying him to speak if his sales tools weren't put together the right way? That is the reason why he's getting the money, because when he's not around, believe me, they're clicking on every single thing to make their decision to hire him to speak. These meeting planners aren't just giving away money. These people are putting their necks on the line. So your credibility has got to be strong in order for them to put their credibility on the line for you. And that's what Jonathan has done. He's put together the packaging the right way, from the messaging to the website, to the speaker video demo, to the sales, to the speaker info kit. Jonathan used Fiverr, for those who are wondering. I believe he used Fiverr for his speaker info kit. They crushed it. He even has some issues with his website. Somebody held it. They hijacked his website. He still overcame that. And now he's in the marketplace booking speaking engagements. This is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is not some bullshit get rich quick scheme. Your ass has got to do the work. And when you do it, this is what happens. This is for the speakers that are out there who maybe are not in the coaching program right now, who are afraid to do the work. You are going to stay right where you are. You're going to sit on the sidelines and watch the parade keep passing you by. See, let me share something with you. Let me just check and make sure nobody else asking no questions. Last call for questions. Last call for questions. I can remember it was a time in my speaking career when I was losing out to my dear friend, my mentor, my colleague, Les Brown, Willie Jolly, Dennis Kimbrough, all of the African-American speakers that was hot on the circuit at the time, over 25, almost 30 years ago. It's like I always got there too late. So, man, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not booking speaking engagements? And I was literally on the outside looking in. I was like a one-eyed cat peeping through the window at a seafood store. I mean, I just had my nose pressed up against the glass trying to learn the game, and I didn't understand. I was so frustrated. And this is what's happening to you if you are not putting in the work. Don't tell me you don't know where the resources are. If you don't know where the resources are, it's because you need to go back in and look at the modules. Because I literally took pages out of my personal playbook of all of my screw-ups, all of my lack of knowledge, all of the ways that I didn't know how to connect with the meeting planner. Everything I did to make mistakes, I learned from that and put it into a system for you to follow. And then when you get to doing the outreach, see, this is where we want you to get. We want you to get to the point where you're doing outreach, but you still have things to learn about your speaker business. You don't have to perfect the automation in Module 5, so don't get intimidated by it. People are still booking speaking engagements on our platform, and they have not mastered Module number 5, but they're still booking speaking engagements. But you aren't booking anything until you get the foundation set up, and that's the messaging and the sales tools. So if you don't have your signature programs done, if you don't have your website complete, your speaker video demo complete, or your speaker info kit complete, and you have not set up your speaker business to substantiate your value as a high fee speaker and justify the meeting planner paying you a high fee, I got no sympathy for you. You're going to have to do the work like everybody else, and the reward is there after you do the work. Last call for questions. I don't see any other hands up, so we are going to wrap this up. Let me see. I see some stuff in the chat. Let me see. I think some people trying to give us some love. Let me just go over that real quick. Oh, I got to grab my glasses. Wait a minute. Somebody said, Jonathan said the modules are excellent. Other coaching programs I have been in don't match up or get the results. Thank you for the tough love and not approving stuff that stinks. Yeah, I don't give A pluses when you deserve an F. And some of you, when you get an F, that's okay. That's okay. It's all about advancing. It's all about advancing. Rafa says, thanks for covering a bit on the website and how it's a skill and simplify us to succeed. That hit home. Okay. No problem. This is what we're here for. Okay, everyone. We are going to wrap this group call up. Please remember, do the work. The results are there. And make sure that you focus on blocking out any and everything that does not serve your speaker business, because the money is in the marketplace to make. Don't listen to this bullshit on the internet about nobody's booking any speaking engagements because of the pandemic. Let me tell you something. Pandemic, schmandemic. We're pushing up on 2 years where the pandemic, people have literally had wealth shifts and they have capitalized, and people are exploding revenue all across the world. I talk to them every single day. You could be the next one to make your speaker business profitable if you just keep your head down and do the work. If you stop doing a bunch of stuff that's not serving your speaker business and you move on to greater heights. We are here to serve first. We are here to listen. We are here to answer your questions. We are here to go into detail, and we ain't letting nothing slide. You are going to do the work, and you're going to get results, and we are here to help you do it. On behalf of the entire staff at speakerfocus.com, we are absolutely delighted to show up every single Monday and answer any and all questions pertaining to growing your speaker business. Stay focused. Get shit done. I'll see you next week.